Tilly, tell me how many gifts you think that you receive each year.
I think I probably receive about maybe 30 gifts each year. It's hard to say, but between my birthday and Christmas, they really do tend to add up.
And how many of those gifts do you think maybe never get used?
I would say maybe half of those gifts don't really tend to get used. I mean, I still appreciate them, of course, but I
Kia ora e te whanau. E rere atuana te mihi maioha kia koutou. No England me Scotland o ko tupuna I tupu akio I Tauranga. Kei Paunekio I noho ana. Ko Christine Langdon toku ingoa, he kai whakahaere mātua o I the Good Registry. I manua nui anō ki te manaakitanga kia hauora ai te au. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for tuning into this presentation today. My name is Christine Langdon. I'm co-founder and chief of good at the Good Registry. I'm passionate about the well-being of people and the planet and supporting others to be part of that too. And today I'm looking forward to sharing with you my vision for a world with less waste and with more kindness, and how we're doing that through the Good Registry. First, I'd like to share with you a video we made earlier that colourfully shows you what we're about at the Good Registry and the impact that we're having.
We all like gifts, right? Are plastic gifts in plastic packaging getting you down? Could the money for this gift have been better spent? Would you prefer to receive a gift that continues to give? Welcome to the Good Registry. Online gift cards and gift registries with a good twist. The receiver creates good with their gift, helping one of our 60+ partner charities. If every New Zealander replaced one $10 gift, that would be $47 million of good, and tons less waste. A good choice for individual gifts, gift registries, and even corporate gifts. It's all online and super simple at thegoodregistry.com. It feels good to receive and it feels good to give. With the Good Registry, each gift is both.
My vision is for a world with less waste and more kindness. I believe that every dollar we spend is a vote for the kind of world we want. And at the Good Registry, we decided to start with helping people vote for a kinder, greener world with the money that they spend on gifts. Gift giving is a deeply ingrained part of our culture, but it's littered with waste. From gift production to packaging, shipping, wrapping, and ultimately disposal, often for things that aren't wanted or needed and may never be used. Our research shows that the average New Zealander receives between 1 and 3 unwanted gifts each year, and that often those things go to landfill along with the packaging and the wrapping. Many of us feel obliged to give gifts, even when we have little to no idea what to give. But just because something has always been done that way doesn't mean that we can't or shouldn't change it, especially where waste is involved. So that's what we're addressing at the Good Registry, starting with gifts. I think I'm a pretty average specimen when it comes to gifts, both buying them and receiving them, or at least before the Good Registry. So let me share my story. Shopping for gifts was never my thing. I was always one of those people that was out on Christmas Eve right up until the last minute, trying to find gifts with meaning and ultimately resorting to buying anything, just something to put underneath the tree, even if I knew they were gifts that people would never use. And I never felt good about the waste that I knew that I was creating. I also often received gifts that I didn't feel good about, that I knew that people had gone to a lot of trouble to buy, that I knew that had involved a lot of impact on the planet through their production and their wrapping and their packaging and their shipping, and that I knew that I'd never use. The final straw for me was having a birthday after just decluttering the house and finally getting rid of some of those things that I'd been storing under the stairs and in cupboards and in drawers, and then receiving more for my birthday that I didn't need. As a result of that, I could see the opportunity for us to use the money and the resources that were going on unwanted gifts, like the ones that I was buying and the ones that I was receiving, and having that money go to good causes instead, so that we could do something that was good for people and for the planet and keep the joy of giving alive.
Do you ever throw them away, or do you just keep them in the box?
The unused gifts do tend to stay in the box in my cupboard because I do really love them and I really appreciate the sentiment that comes with them. But I do feel kind of guilty throwing them away. Sometimes I do, but they do kind of take up the space in my cupboard.
And how do you feel about when you think about what's gone into the environmental impact of producing those gifts and getting them to you?
I think the environmental impact of those extra gifts, it's not the greatest feeling, because I know that I've really been a part of that demand of creating those gifts and everything that's gone into them, and yet they don't really end up going anywhere. And it doesn't really feel that great, and I often think maybe that money could have been used in a better way.
Since starting the Good Registry, I'll still give people gifts that I know that they will use if I know that they're ethically and sustainably made. Otherwise, I'll give them the Good Registry's good gift cards, which enable them to give the money that I would have spent on them to causes that they care about instead. I'll also gratefully receive gifts when they're things that I need and when I also know that they've been ethically and sustainably made. But that's rare. Most of the things I need I already have. So most of the gifts I now receive are donations through registries that I've set up at the Good Registry. It's meant that I've been able to give from everything from services to help survivors with sexual abuse, to helping Marai become zero waste, to helping to rescue and rehome chained dogs. We have 65 charity partners at the Good Registry, and so no matter which charity you give to, you're always helping the environment because of the waste that you're reducing. But we also have many charities that are doing extra environmental good through things such as tree planting, cleaning up our coastlines, teaching the next generation about protecting the planet. So every gift is a win-win for people and the planet, rather than taking away from our resources and causing environmental harm. We've now had thousands of people just like you and me using the Good Registry, experiencing the joy of giving instead of getting, and rethinking old buying behaviours. We've replaced about 13,000 gifts and all of the associated environmental impacts associated with their production, their packaging, wrapping and shipping, and ultimately their disposal. And we've also raised almost $400,000 for good. We've had corporates that have given all of their staff our good gift cards instead of traditional gifts. We've had children as young as 7 or 8 turning their birthday parties into a chance to do good instead of receiving a whole lot of new toys that they may never use or that might be broken in a month or two. And we've had lots of other people just like you and me embracing a simple way to help people and the planet. It's still a challenge for us to shift entrenched attitudes and behaviours around consumerism and gifts and all of the expectations that are attached to gift buying. But every gift through the Good Registry is a step on the right path. What we've learned is that just because something's always been done a certain way doesn't mean we can't catalyse meaningful change. And reducing waste is a strong motivator for that. We think the greatest gift that we can give each other is a better world, and we can all be part of that, one gift at a time, and the Good Registry is showing that that's possible. So what can you do to help? You could choose less waste and more kindness for your own gift giving. You could look for other ways to consume less, reduce waste, and reduce your impacts. Whatever you're buying, remember it's a vote for the kind of planet that you want. Be conscious about the signals that you're sending to friends and to family, to the businesses that you buy from, the businesses that you work for, and the organisations that you're a part of. Don't be afraid to challenge the status quo around our buying behaviours and the impacts of those behaviours. Whether it's gift giving or any other entrenched behaviours that are creating unnecessary waste, don't go with the flow. Dare to be different, dare to be good, and dare to be kind. Use your spending power for good. Thank you.